So what are your concerns generally about her?
Well, she'd built herself a pretty good life. She was doing her work for World Vision, going to Africa and bringing attention to the question of clean water and so on. She's had to give that up. She's had to be baptised into the Church of England at the age of 36. Well, what was she before? And had they no respect for whatever her religious posture was at that stage? And apart from the fact that they keep dressing her in brown, brown's bad
Do you think
news.
they're dressing her? Because she's a very stylish woman. I would imagine she's choosing her own clothes.
Well, they're not stylish, is what you'd have to say next. What about that dreadful hat? The cow turd hat. I mean, it was dreadful. I mean, what I find interesting here is I don't think she'll bolt before the wedding. I think they've got her feet nailed to the floor for the moment. But most of the royal spouses bolt eventually, if you think of the track record. I don't think I'd get odds if I tried to get on now to back her to leave within 5 years.
You see, I think people don't really understand how, for millionaires, for multi-millionaires, the royal family lead quite... Is the word austere? I mean,
dreary.
Dreary is a good word. It's a good word. You see, if it was me, if I was a royal, I'd have a flash car, I'd have a hot tub, I'd have a 72-inch television.
You wouldn't be allowed to, though, would you?
Well, you go into these royal apartments, they don't have any of that.
Well, they're sometimes quite shabby.
Yes.
But that's not the issue with Meghan, I think. I mean, she's creative. And she had her own friends. She had a terrific lifestyle in Toronto. That may sound like a contradiction in terms, but it isn't really. She was in a cosmopolitan circle, people with a lot of money and a lot of style. And now she's walking to church at Sandringham.
But is she not doing that for love? You know, a lot of people give up things for love, men and women, move countries, move house, change careers, move away from friends and family.
Look what I give up for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, the trouble is, the more you give up for love, the more pressure you put on the love. It's got to be really first class. And that may be hard to do as well, especially if they get being sent hither and yon on royal errands.
Jeremy, you know as well as I do, the nation is not in the mood to listen to you, right? The nation, people at home are now going like this.
They love a royal wedding.
They're now going, la, 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 la. They don't really want to hear this. They want to buy into this whole romance thing. The couple certainly do seem as if they are very much in love, and it seems to be a fairy tale. Why are you being the Wicked Witch on all of this?
Well, I don't want to be the Wicked Witch. If I say I think she'll bolt, I'm actually probably saying I hope she'll bolt before her possibility of a life is completely eradicated by the dreariness of the firm. It's not even the royal family, it's the courtiers who run the thing. And they've decided, for example, she wanted her mother to take her down the aisle. Now, lots of people haven't realised that that's been nixed, and it's supposed to be Prince William. He's nothing to do with her. I mean, she could have named someone, you'd think, but she hasn't named her father. But I wouldn't be surprised if a tabloid newspaper doesn't bring him over here.
See, that's the danger. By not inviting her half-brothers and half-sisters and family, she leaves them all open to be nicked by media outlets, doesn't she?
But also, they're quite ready to badmouth her and to imply...
Well, no wonder, really.
But then we don't know what relationship she has with her family. She might have a very bad relationship.
Well,
there might be very good reasons.
Well, we do know
that she's
actually
not inviting them. Nothing to do with the royal family. That maybe she doesn't have a relationship with them.
Well, she doesn't, as it happens. And there's history there, and all that history will be regurgitated, has been regurgitated, and it's quite clear that the firm has to control it, and what they're doing is actually restricting the amount of access that the public has to her. So lots of people don't know that the mother will not be walking her down the aisle, but the firm could always change its mind, realising that it's about to
Do you
make
think she doesn't
blunder.
realise what she's got herself into, then?
How could she? How could she? How could she even imagine